Oh shit! Somebody just got the shit knocked out of them, and I don't even give a fuck. This chapter wasn't all that great. Let's go ahead through it. Anyway, Bellamy's bouncing off the fucking walls. He said, "I know this didn't work last time, but right now I'm on a suicide mission, so I don't give a shit." Anyway, Luffy's like, "Yo, can you calm down?" He said, "I'm not trying to kill you anymore." He said, "I'm not going to knock you the fuck out like I could have, like I could have did a long time ago." Anyway, what do you call him? Bellamy goes in and he punches Luffy full armament hockey, not full body armament hockey, but full armament hockey on his arm and on his legs. So he's probably been amped. I mean, he amped this shit up. I mean, springing. He's probably springing like a springy McSpringster or something like that, like Bruce Springsteen or something like that. This motherfucker is springing. Luffy uses armament hockey on his abs, and he causes Luffy to bleed. So that punch was pretty devastating. But look at this. Even though the punch is devastating, it really ain't shit. And why do I say that? That's Bellamy's strongest attack. Luffy, I mean, it hurt Luffy and then put him out of commission. So he gave it his all. Now he's done. Now Luffy, if Luffy wants to return favor, it's all up in his ass, bruh. His ass is done. His goose is cooked. Anyway, Zoro's going for Pica, and he's bullshitting again. Come on, god damn. You know, we getting chapters and chapters and chapters where we see a panel or two of Zoro and Pica. They fighting and whatnot. Now, understand from Pica's powers, it's going to be hard to fight the motherfucker. You got to find his ass. You got to snatch him up. You got to use your hockey and find his ass. When you find him, you snatch him up. You know what I'm saying? That's how it works. Anyway, this dude, Olympus, right? He says, her 10, shit. Wait, a 10, he go, a 10 hut or whatever. You know that the army shit, right? And they go like this. I was saying that in my live reaction. Some shit ain't right. Some shit ain't right. They goes like this, right? The Admiral's dignity. They go like this, like they stand at attention. And these are the enemies. Like they're listening to him. He's got some type of devil fruit power. This shit is fucking crazy. So then he grabs one of them, right? He has him tied up. I don't know how he tied him up. I'm not exactly sure how he tied him up. And the reason why I say that is because what he told the people to stand their attention and he grabbed them up and was like this, you know, and just started weaving his damn hands tied. I'm guessing that he had some kind of way of quickly tying people up, right? Okay, then the dude says, now here's the big thing. This is the shocking. He said, why are we lined up at attention? You know what I'm saying? The guy's like, why are we like? He's got some type of devil fruit power where it's some kind of admiral fruit or some shit, like admiral fruit or some shit like that. You have to, I don't know exactly how it works, but I do know that he's controlling these motherfuckers, right? And he does something called killer bowling. And he launches it. I mean, he launches this motherfucker at him. And they go flying like pins and they can't move. They're in the same position that they was. He has a fruit power that's somewhat, it's somewhat like right now, as of right now, it somewhat looks like Doflamingo's power. Like Doflamingo could do this. He could easily do that. But I don't know exactly what his powers is. Does he have the combat, I don't know, the commando fruit or something like that, the Arnold Schwarzenegger and commando's fruit or some shit, where maybe they have to follow certain guidelines, whatever. You say stand in attention, you have to stand like that, but you can move somewhere. I don't know. He's got some kind of fucking power, man. Maybe he's got the beard fruit and they can't see his beard, you know, wrapped around him or something. I don't know. He's got some kind of devil fruit power. Anyway, he told Zoro, he said, I would have helped your ass if I didn't have to deal with this bullshit. And my fleet is, you know, my Fleetwood Coupe de Ville and shit like that is parked outside of the birdcage, so I can't help you. Anyway, Zoro says, he said, that's okay. I'm good. I got this. He said, watch me. As soon as I find Pica, I'm going to snatch him. He said, I'm gonna snatch him right. I'm gonna toss him like a solid. I'm just toss this shit up. He gonna toss it up like Tupac. He wants to see him toss it up. Okay, anyway, he goes to Pica. Pica gets mad because Zoro's talking about his voice. You know he doesn't play that shit. So he starts launching all kind of crazy attacks and whatever. And Delinga's like, yo, he said, hold the fuck on there. He said, I'm in a serious battle right now. Pica's fucking me up. Because when he's shaking the whole battlefield and it's actually hurting his the fuck is on my wrist? It's actually hurting some of his crewmates. That dude with the damn bazooka arms, whatever, he's fighting. And he's got to be stronger than fucking Bellamy, because Bellamy got his ass handed to him. This dude is actually putting up a fight. I think he's going to get beat by Delinga. I think Delinga's stronger. Delinga's not as you know, beat up as he is. And he still got his high heels on. He's still walking with his high heels on. So I don't think that, you know, like if he would have got his shit rocked, one of those hills would be broken or he'd be off them damn hills. Like this dude over here, he's bleeding and shit like that. So I'm guessing he's getting rocked. But at the same time, he's putting up a fight. So I'm guessing he's trying to Bellamy. Anyway, Don Chinjiao's grandson, whatever the dude's name is, he's fighting Baby Five. And you see Baby Five, she's breaking. She's up there crying, like, what's going on? Why didn't you tell me before? Whatever. You already know it's her quirk. He needs me. But she totally misread everything he said. He says, I'm going to take that heart of yours, right? Meaning, I'm going to kill your punk ass. And she says, you're saying things like you're stealing my heart or hold my hands. He said, I'm not letting go of your hands. Like when she tried to stab him, he's like, I'm holding your hands so that you can't stab me and I'm not going to let go. That's what he meant. So she's totally confused, right? And she said, it doesn't matter if we're on opposite sides. If you need me and we should be together, we should just be together. And to be honest, I would use that shit. She's a psycho bitch, but she fine as hell, man. Look, I'd have been like, yo, join me and let's fight against Doflamingo. You know what I'm saying? But I would kind of be skeptical because he doesn't know what the fuck is going on. Anyway, this dude, Machvise, he's using some kind of weird ass devil. Is it a devil? I'm not sure if it's a devil fruit or not, but it appears to be. But he's changing his weight. But I'm guessing it's got something to do with his shield because somebody already has a weight changing devil fruit. The girl, what's her name? Mrs. All Times Day or whatever. Shit. The fuck is her name? Miss New Year's Eve or no, that ain't Miss New Year's Eve is the spiky one, ain't it? Miss Black History Month, I think it is. Yeah. It's Miss Black History Month, right? She could change her weight. The girl from Baraka works Miss Black History Month. It's hard for me to say the word. God damn, it's like a tongue twister. She could change her weight, right? She can make herself heavier, lighter, and stuff like that. I think she can do that with other people too, if I'm not mistaken, but I'm not sure. But anyway, he's changing his weight some kind of way, but it can't be that devil fruit. So either it's the shield, it's some kind of secret technique, or it's another devil fruit that you don't change, that you can inadvertently change your weight. Like I'm pretty sure when X Drake turns into the fucking T-Rex, he's heavier. You see what I'm saying? So it's some kind of devil, like what you call them, Doflamingo. He doesn't have the puppet fruit, but he has string fruit. He can use it to make people into puppets. So it must be something like that, you know? So anyway, he's got this motherfucker, this green giant on the ground. I think he's the brother of the blue giant and the red giant, the jolly green giant. And he's promoting his peas, right? And the string beans. But Machvise did not like, you know, vegetables. He only eats meat. That's why he's all fat and shit like that. So he stood up against his motherfucking, his vegetarian tyranny, and he fucked him up. Now this dude, the giant, the jolly green giant, right? he says his pride's been hurt because he was, oh shit, I didn't realize that. When they turned him into a toy, he was still big. He was an elephant. He wasn't nowhere near as big as he is now, or even in comparison to the other toys, but he was a big toy. Anyway, he says, I got turned into a toy. I got beaten in the tournament. I got saved by somebody. He said, now I can't repay my savior. He said, I'm about to take it to this fat ass. You know what I'm saying? He said, I'm going to take it to this tub of Lord, right? So the dude jumps off this, you know what? He goes up to the top of this tower, right? And he does his dive as if he's like doing like some kind of Olympic dive or some shit like that. Does he have the dive fruit or something like that? You could dive at higher speeds or whatever. And really, he doesn't weigh more. He's just moving faster, which actually does increase your weight somewhat. It's some kind of physics shit. I'm not sure. But anyway, the dude gets up. He was going for Zoro. And Zoro's standing there like, okay, come bring it to me. He said, I'm going to chop your fucking fat ass in half. Like, he's going to hit the ground at bacon. You know, he's going to hit the ground like in bacon slices. Dude jumps up, the giant. He said, yo, I got this. He said, let me at this motherfucker, you know. And he punches the shit out the dude, right? And Machvise is still standing there laughing, like, because he got a shield, so obviously he doesn't feel it as much as the homeboy does. Anyway, you see the dude shit breaks. His arm breaks. His leg breaks. He's done. This motherfucker is done. And guess what? He still launches it. He breaks through the shield. I always wonder how every time they do something like this, it's a clean break. It's like when anytime Luffy breaks something, it's like, well, not every time, but a lot of times it's a clean break. Like the shield is split like in a perfect cut, like cut right in half. Wouldn't it just shatter like from a punch? It's not like he used a sword. Wouldn't it shatter for like a punch from a punch? I don't know. Maybe that's just my pet peeve. Just looks weird. Anyway, he sends a motherfucker up to the bird cage, you know, and the dude's like, oh shit. So he's basically sending him to a giant cheese grater. The motherfucker should come out the side, like just peel off the damn side, like in pieces, whatever. And he hits the top, and it seems like something saved him or something like that, or he couldn't fit through, or he's strong enough, even though the bird cage there, he can't get through, but it didn't slice him up. Anyway, the giant's done, and now Zoro's getting ready to get to whooping Pica's ass. Now, the reason I said I didn't give a shit earlier in the beginning of this chapter is because of this. We got chapter after chapter, right, where they only show one little piece of the damn fight. You understand? And they would show like one little panel of the Pica versus Zoro fight. Now they give us a chapter where they actually started to show this fight, and they start skipping around the other shit. And then we got a fight between Machvise. We didn't even get the whole fight, but we got a fight, which really we shouldn't have, but I'm just saying, like, we got a fight between Machvise and Jolly Green Giant. They're not main characters. Who the fuck wanted to see Machvise? You know what I'm saying? Like, I can understand them showing a couple panels, and they didn't show too much of the fight, but here's the problem. They showed it at the expense of the Pica versus Zoro fight. Come the fuck on, stop. God damn. Somebody says, okay, let me see this comment. I'm gonna go ahead and make my comment on his comment, address his comment. Dressrosa has been disappointing and cluttered with several irrelevant characters like Olympus. Well, Olympus, like he's saying he's an irrelevant character, but his role is irrelevant. So Olympus is no big deal. Why? Because they only showed him a couple of times. It's not like he's been at the forefront. You know what I'm saying? So no big deal. A powerful but not threatening villain. Olympus is not a villain at all. Well, he's a villain, but he's not an antagonist. Flamingo, a weak opposition. Flamingo. Doflamingo, what you talking about? Doflamingo's a great villain. Doflamingo's crew, the top people in his crew is good. The lower people ain't shit. I don't see where his thing is going. But anyway, he does have somewhat of a point. It is disappointing to see fights being interrupted. Law versus Doflamingo we got going on right now. Cut off. We got the flashback in the middle of it. Even though it was a good flashback, don't get me wrong. It's right in the middle of a bunch of action that we got to see. You know what I'm saying? Not only that, when we finally get back to it, they keep coming away from fights and whatnot. I could take the damn flashback. Matter of fact, I could have took another 1 or 2 chapters of flashback if they'd had some good shit to reveal. Like the part, like what happened in between between what you call his execution, what's my Rosinante's execution and Law, you know, finally coming back to try to kill Doflamingo. I could see that, you know what I'm saying? There would have been nothing wrong with that. I would want it condensed, but hey, I could have took a chapter or 2 more of that. We see a couple fights, like I said, this, okay, the Zoro versus Pica fight we want to see. They still was only showing snippets and not finishing that off. And in this episode, we see Jolly Green Giant versus Machvise. That was totally unnecessary. Fuck that fight in comparison to the other fights. I wouldn't mind seeing the all the other fighters fight if it was like a panel or 2, maybe 3 panels, but them getting there, you know, like a third of the chapter, get the fuck out of here. You know, Bartolomeo, seeing him fight would be good. Why? Because he's a candidate. Not that he's going to join the group. I mean, join the crew, but he's a candidate. He's an interesting character. You know what I'm saying? He's Luffy fanboy. Why not see him fight? You know, and he's got an interesting power. Who else? Who else was in it? Shit. The Bellamy versus Luffy fight. Let's hurry up and get rid of that shit. We already know what's gonna happen. Bellamy's gonna get fucked up, and Luffy's gonna be like, "Yo, you're my friend." I don't know. He's possibly a candidate for the Straw Hat crew, and he actually is interesting enough to be in the crew. I can give him that. But it's just too much shit that we need to tie up. Doflamingo needs to get his ass whooped, and we need to get back into the new world quick. So that's how I feel about it. Fuck all that. Fuck all that. Showing, you know, Machvise versus this, and fuck all the showing little 1 panel of a fight and then cut to, you know, to the next chapter. And then when we finally get a chapter where a third of the fight is them and they don't really complete it or show anything, fuck that. So I'm gonna get this chapter. The chapter wasn't bad in and of itself, but it wasn't really good either. So I'm gonna give this shit a 3. Just barely a 3. Just a 3. That's all. Not bad, but not good at all. Okay, I was hoping the new world would switch it up, but no. I've been saying this for a while. The new world, I think it's not really whether the new world was going to switch it up or not. I'm thinking that it's just these chapters is too long, it's too stretched out. That's what I think the real reason is. Oda has been relying on driving his story through reveals. I don't think we will ever see anything as deep as the reason why Usopp fought Luffy. Oh shit, what am I doing? What the fuck happened? Okay, Usopp fought Luffy. I don't know. I think they got some more shit up their sleeve, but we haven't seen anything that traumatic just yet, you know, since then. Since then, have we? I don't think so. Okay, anyway, Dressrosa has been a way different than other arcs. Just the pacing has been spotty, and there's a lot of stuff going on. The chapter was not what I wanted, but I think Dressrosa is awesome in general. I wouldn't say awesome, but it ain't bad. It's just that, god damn, we taking too fucking long, man. You know what I'm saying? Like the dude, like you're right. It's been spotty. You know what I'm saying? It'll pick up right here and there, then it'll slow down, and you know, and it's not really a bad arc, to be honest. Like if we would have had, let's say, at the end of this arc, when we finally get to this arc, through this whole entire arc, if you go back and marathon that arc, you will have a good time. But waiting and shit is a motherfucker. God damn. Anyway, go ahead and leave your comments, like the video, and subscribe, because I can't eat. I'm broke, nigga. I'm broke, and you got the power to change that.